I'm Emma and this is Henry and we're from the Holy See and this song is called The 10 Rules.
Sally, wipe the sweat from off my brow.
Hi, I'm Chloe for Spit Press TV and we're here with the Holy See. Okay, so first of all, how many members make up the group?
There are 7 members of the band, me and Henry and 5 other boys.
Wow.
Who aren't here.
5 other boys.
Yeah, the boisterous boys.
I really like that Em calls them her boys.
Yes, I do. Can't help it.
Definitely.
Bold with princes and lords.
How long have you been making music together?
The Holy See's been a bit of a revolving door for the last 10 years. People come in and out, but I guess the lineup we've had, the latest lineup's been about 4 years. So yeah, this lineup's been pretty stable. Not condemned as slave.
What would you say inspires your sounds?
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, it's always the search to do something that is honest to who we are. Like Vic's guitar playing, like is so Vic. Like it's got, you know, like it's kind of meek at times and angry at times, and kind of inserts itself everywhere it needs to be. But at other times, just happy to kind of sit back and be quiet, and that's really, you know, a lot like what Vic is like. It's a very organic kind of thing.
I mean, Henry brings the bones of a song and then and he plays it and then he goes, okay, go! And we have to just do it.
But my mouth on savage tongue.
I mean, the lyrics make up a song and, you know, it all ties in together. And, you know, these days with album covers, you have a lot of freedom to have, you know, photography, art, whatever you like. So it's a complete package.
Yeah, and that's been something that's been really important to us with our albums, that every album that we've done, and we've had 3 now, we've approached an artist that we admired and said, just do whatever you want to do. This one was done by a Melbourne painter named Kiralee Hammond, who's kind of captured something totally different, but in both instances, I think, you know, just they've had the free rein to do something that they were proud of as well.
It's been said that you guys take to the stage like a benevolent occupying army.
Wow!
So obviously your live shows are something pretty special. Tell us about the live shows.
Where there's a lot of us, so when we get on stage we do fill it. And there's also there's a couple of rowdy, outspoken members, a couple of prima donnas that like to talk a lot, and we have a lot of banter and it's exciting. And we get excited. We jump around. Us old folk, we jump around.
It's hot and it's sweaty, isn't it?
It's hot and sweaty.
Hot and sweaty. And I think that the best Holy See shows are kind of like, they're kind of freight train shows, like that start slow and it just builds until you know, all of us are kind of wondering whether we can
Manage to do it.
anywhere.
You're absolutely right, actually. A freight train is exactly the description. I hadn't thought about it, but you're right.
Yeah.
Benevolent occupying fascist freight train.
There's one rule for heartache and one rule for hope. There's one rule for marriage.
So yeah, tell us about your latest album.
Well, it's called Ghosts of the Horizon, and it's. I think there is a lot of the intensity of the live show on this record, and that was something we really strove for, down to the point that we recorded most of it live in the studio with 5 or 6 of us in a room at once, just to kind of try and capture all of that energy. And it's not going to be as polished or as neat, but that's not really what we do. It's kind of rowdy, and it's kind of more about the way that we interact with each other as musicians.
You have to write to connect to your audience, and if you write honestly about what you're experiencing and your audience is from the same city or from the same country, you're going to connect to them.
One rule for land, there's one rule for captive, and one rule for free. There's one rule for you, there's one rule for me, there's one rule for truth,
much, guys. This has been a quick chat with Emma and Henry from the Holy See, and we can't wait to catch your live performance and hear your album. So thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Today we're here with Aaron, the director of 4A Art Gallery. 4A presents contemporary art to promote the relationship between Australia and Asia. Aaron, thank you so much for having us today. So I wanted to start off, why don't you tell us where the idea for 4A came from and how the gallery evolved?
4A was established in 1996. We're a non-profit organisation. We run a contemporary art gallery. And the organisation was established by a group of Asian Australian artists who wanted to create a space to promote their work and to develop some discussion about the role that Asian Australians have had in contemporary Australian society.
The name 4A is a little bit intriguing, being that the building is not numbered 4A or anything. Can you tell us what's behind that name?
Well, 4A stands for the Asian Australian Artists Association, so there are 4 A's. And that was the organisation which this group of artists set up in 1996.
Any future plans for 4A at all?
Some of the big things that we're working on are our annual street cinema, where we close down the street in Haymarket and show cutting-edge contemporary Chinese art, video art.
Fantastic. When is that exhibition on?
Well, that is for one night during the Chinese New Year Festival in February. Yeah.
How do you think these exhibits influence the audience?
One of the things that we try very hard to do at 4A is to think slightly collaboratively with our audiences. So it's not about us just putting on exhibitions for people just to come and look and then walk away, but we really do try and engage them in different ways. So whether or not that's through technology, whether or not that's through performance. So earlier on in the year we did a really amazing performance with Young Sam Hung, who is a Korean artist. He did a 24-hour performance in our front window. So it started at the stroke of midnight and then it finished on the stroke of midnight the following day. And in that period we had about 1,000 people engaged with the work, walking past, stopping at the window, having a conversation about what was going on inside the gallery. So what we try and do with our projects is to create different opportunities for audience engagement.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add, any new exciting things that are going to be showcased?
Well, I suppose we do a lot of different types of projects, from the street cinema, which is probably one of the biggest projects that we do each year. We work with very young artists, and to work with them over a period of time to create an exhibition. So next year we're working with that would be a big part of our program next year, as well as talks and other programs. I probably just recommend look at our website and join the mailing list so that they can see what's going on.
Fantastic. And can you, as a final note, can you give us that website?
It's www.4a.com.au.
Okay, great. Thanks, Aaron, so much for having us in 4A, and thank you, Spitpress TV.
These two different things make us different, it seems. You say your feet haven't met the ground, I beg to differ, but I can't talk you around. We go round, we go round, we go round.
Hey, I'm Chloe for Spit Press TV, and we're here with mcArtney. Now, when I hear mcArtney, a certain mop top icon comes to mind.
Yeah.
How did the name come about?
Well, that's actually my surname. But what you may notice is that I only have one C. So at the time when I was studying my project, about 3 or 4 years ago, there was so many singer-songwriters like, you know, Tim Buckley or something. And so I just thought, no, I'm not joining that bunch. And I thought mcArtney was bang, concise.
Tell us about the record. How's that coming along?
Well, it's all finished. It'll be online in November 2010, and it was like a 2-year process. Yeah, I recorded it, produced it, and mixed it, and so it's just now it's done. It's like, whoa, wow, did I really do that? Okay.
Cool. Okay. Well, describe your sound for us in 5 words.
5 words, and I've just used 5. Folk, pop, indie, humorous, and fun.
So you're playing at Pete's Ridge in December as well
Yeah.
for New Year's?
Yeah.
Is that your first festival?
Not my first festival, no.
Okay,
No.
so where else, what other festivals have you played at?
Well, what have I played? There was a couple of festivals in Newcastle that I played at, Strike Back. And then I've played at other festivals, like Home Bacon, Groove in the Mood, when I've been in other acts and things like that. Yeah, I've played at Pete's Ridge before, but not as mcArtney. Yeah, so.
Yeah, sweet. So it's happening for you as a solo artist. You're
Yeah.
able to get yourself out there. That's cool. And finally, what excites you most about this profession?
What excites me most about this profession is probably the diversity in what happens. I mean, this morning I was teaching young kids how to play music, and now here I am doing an interview promoting my record, and then this afternoon I'll go home and do some promoting, and then next week I'm travelling around the country.
Okay, well, thanks so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you.
We go round, we go round, we go round. It goes around, we go round, we go round, we go round. It goes around in circles. I just can't draw in circles. I feel so small in circles. I'm walking in circles. I feel I keep talking. I keep talking.